Alright, I'm gonna go straight into this. I am very disappointed in the whole live SmackDown show. I really had a lot of high expectations for it. I really thought that it was going to be pretty good. But honestly, no, it really wasn't. The thing is that I really did like the fact that Sheamus was finally involved in something that was germane towards the storyline instead of being put in like meaningless filler matches or meaningless feuds. He actually was in something that promoted him for once. Daniel Bryan being out there in the beginning wasn't so bad either, especially after his win at the Elimination Chamber. That fits. It all fits between Sheamus and Daniel Bryan. What doesn't fit is having The Miz come out there pretty much sucking up to Daniel Bryan saying, I want to be in a tag team with you. The Miz was a dominant heel all of last year on up to headlining WrestleMania. Why in the world are they having him sucking up to Daniel Bryan, who is not going to keep the belt after WrestleMania? But still, it's just the fact that The Miz is sucking up to him is what bothers me to no end. The guy was a good heel. He was a dominant heel. And now he's sucking up to Daniel Bryan like he's a sidekick? No. Disappointing. Moving on. Honestly, there were possibly 3 matches that I believe were pointless. 2 meaningless fillers and 1 pointless match. Now, I'm going to go into the meaningless fillers in my opinion. I'm talking about the squash match between the Great Khali and Drew McIntyre. Why? I mean, Drew McIntyre has a lot of talent. He actually puts his talent up there. You know that this guy has a huge amount of potential, but he's getting smashed and burned and buried every single night. His match with the Great Khali lasted 2 seconds. He got chopped and pinned by the Great Khali. Gosh. Moving on to another one. Big Zeke versus Punk. Like I said on my Raw review, I'm not talking about CM Punk. I'm talking about Punk. Go back and watch I Love New York and see David Otunga on there. You'll see what I'm talking about. But honestly, this really didn't do anything for either one of them. It did nothing for Big Zeke because Big Zeke lost. And it did nothing for David Otunga because we don't care. It doesn't put him over as anything. So why have these matches? And, I mean, this is supposed to be the feud between both GMs. Especially, I guess, a war of power or something like that. So what does David Otunga have anything to do with it? Nothing, really. So this match was pointless for both of them. It didn't do anything for Big Zeke, and it didn't do anything for David Otunga. But the match that really did confuse the crap out of me and kind of pissed me off at the same time was the fact it was the match between the Booming Truth. That's something I made up. The Booming Truth was incorporates Kofi Kingston and R-Truth versus Jack Swagger and Dolph Ziggler. Now, Kofi Kingston and R-Truth beat the champions last night. Why in the world would you have them lose to those guys? Really? That makes absolutely no sense. I actually was happy because they were finally becoming a dominant tag team. Well, I mean, the fact that they paired up as a tag team was awesome because the tag team division is floundering badly. So the fact that they had the Booming Truth out there coming up and then actually beating Epico and Primo was a highlight for me last night. But now they lost to Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Yeah, that makes no sense. But the Big Show's match that he had with Mark Henry, I literally went in it saying, okay, I've seen this before. Yeah, having 2 giants in there is great, but why have it again? I actually kind of liked the way it ended with no ending at all. But when Cody Rhodes actually came out and had that little moment when they showed the Big Show in a sumo diaper, yeah, that was kind of funny. And I remember that match too. But it was kind of funny having Cody Rhodes come out there and kind of jeer at the Big Show, because I think maybe they're going to start a feud, probably have a match for the IC Championship. I don't know. I'm really hoping they don't, because that'd be a downgrade for the Big Show. But I'm actually hoping they go towards Santino. But anyway, the thing is that they may start something with them, and I'm kind of happy it did end open-ended. But it was sad for Mark Henry because Mark Henry completely got annihilated. He's been getting dominated right and left as of late. Sure, he has a big voice. Sure, he's huge. But the guy got clocked more times than I can count after so many matches he's had with the Big Show. The Big Show has been dominating every single night. And I don't even know why Mark Henry is out there because he's still injured. He blew out his knee, literally. And that takes about maybe 2.5 weeks for an athlete to heal up from that. It's only 2.5 months, my bad, for an athlete to heal up from that. He's been out for only a month. So why have him in matches saying that he's injured, but then don't have him in Elimination Chamber, but give him a match later on that night? Yeah, that kind of makes sense. But it wasn't a bad match. Usually when those two giants are in the ring, they never disappoint. So I'm not totally hating on that. And I like the way it ended. It ended open-ended and not cleanly, which made me happy. Because it didn't really make Mark Henry look weak, which makes me really happy about that. But you pretty much know how I feel about Oksana. I don't like Oksana. I think she's a waste of space. I don't think she should be on my screen. But the one thing that I'm starting to get a little bit irritated about is the war between these two GMs. Now, I don't mind it when they have little backstage segments. I don't mind that at all. But when they actually interfere in the main event, that bothers me because it takes away the moments that needs to be. It takes away the feud. It literally kind of waters down the feud a little bit. Kind of makes you not be so invested in it. Not only not invested in the wrestlers, that is. And the fact is, it sucks out that Road to WrestleMania moment between those two wrestlers that fought so hard to get there. And the fact they had Tay Long and Johnny O. Yeah, I'm calling him Johnny O because he has zero talent, zero charisma, and he literally has the personality of a transparent piece of paper. So I'm calling him Johnny O from now on. But seriously, what in the world? He went in there. They both went in there. They both interfered in the matches. No, this is Road to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania should be about the wrestlers and the wrestlers only. They fought so hard to get there. At least give them their moment. And the fact that those two GMs sucked all the moments out of them and put it in themselves bothered me to no end. I did not like the ending at all. I'm sorry. And I'm hoping it does not lead to any ridiculous match they're going to have at WrestleMania. Because that'll be stupid. Really stupid. But anyway, from the 3 meaningless matches that I talked about to the ending of the main event, I'm sorry. That literally made me give it a D. I'm giving it a D for tonight. I may be harsh. You may think I'm harsh. If you do, leave a comment below. If you don't, still leave your comment below. Or leave a video response. I'm all down for those. Seriously, I will literally listen to your response. That's how you feel. But I'm literally giving it a D for tonight. I was really disappointed in how it went. And not only that, there was barely any Road to WrestleMania moments for SmackDown. It was all about Raw. And that's another thing that bothered me. That's why I don't like these SmackDown Super Shows. I don't like Super Shows, period. Because it does nothing for the brand. You need to be promoting your brand towards the future. So for crying out loud, keep Raw out of it and just have a live show for just SmackDown. That's what you should do. But anyway, I'm giving it a D. That's my verdict. I'm sticking to it. If you disagree, leave a comment below. If you agree, still leave a comment below. I'm all ears if you want to leave a video response. But that's my verdict. I ain't changing it. This is Nature Girl 30, signing off. Peace.